Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy here, and today there is a new Pembroke Pines update, which includes so many electric cars that it's going to take me about 30 minutes to make this video. Like, it's going to be insanely long, so I hope you guys do strap in for the long haul, and let's get into this video. Now, let's start off with the listed new cars that have come out. So let's start from the top and work our way to the bottom. There's a 2016 Sienna, there's a 2019 BMW i8, there's a 2022 Porsche Taycan Turbo S, there's a 2022 RS e-tron GT, there's a 2018 Volt, there's a 2020 Prius Prime, there's a 2021 E, there's a 2021 ID.3, there's a 2021 ID.4, there's a 2020 Model S Long Range, there's a 2020 Model X Long Range, there's a 2020 Model S Performance, and a 2020 Model X Performance. Now, I will be showing you guys every single one of these cars and if they're good for you in this video. So, first here, we do have the Taycan Turbo S. So, I mean, this is a really nice car. I like this car. I like. It's one of my top, favorite looking cars. Performance wise. Let's get into the car and listen to the startup and all that. I like the startup. It's very silent, very nice. But I think we should do the blinker test here. Turning on the blinkers. I love the blinker design. Blinkers in the back as well. Pretty good. Let's do the horn test. Horn's not so annoying. Let's do the rev test here. Oh wait, it's an electric, so it doesn't have much sound to it. But let's get onto the street now. Let's do the top speed test as well as the brake test, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a turning action to make sure this car is actually properly capable to turn. So this car's acceleration is mad quick because A, it's a sports car and it's electric. But let's do the brake test starting after this stoplight here. Braking 160 something miles an hour to 0. Pretty good braking from this electric car here. Really well done as well. This Porsche Taycan Turbo S is legitimately one of the quickest cars in the game. Definitely a car that you should get if you are going to drag race people, because this car would probably zoom past all the competition. But taking a few turns here, this car is handling the turns quite well. So I'm getting gameplay pauses. Maybe the update's a little laggy. I'm experiencing some lag spikes, so I'm gonna assume that some of you may experience lag spikes as well. But that was the Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Now let's switch into another car here and see how that one does. So right now we're gonna hop into the Tesla Model X Long Range. See how the Tesla Model X Long Range does. Alright, so first impression, startup is pretty cool, pretty silent. Let's do the blinker test here. Blinkers, I do like the blinker design in the front. Let's do the headlight test real quick. Headlights pretty good. Let's do the, what's it called, horn test real quick. Horns, minor annoying. Now, let's do the turn test here. And the blinkers aren't turning on quite quickly, but we're getting them. But let's do the top speed test and brake test. Acceleration, not really sporty, but this is the long range model, so I'm not expecting it to go 0 to a billion in 0.2 seconds, but 155 is its top speed. Brake test, it successfully does the brake test. It can brake, in fact. Let's do a little bit of a turn test. I don't want to be taking up too much of you guys' time, but the Tesla Model X, long range U-turn did it pretty well. Let's do the normal turn here. I went to it way too quickly, but it handled it perfectly fine. Let's do a brake test and turn through here. Handled it really well. Nice even body weight distributing. And it took this turn really well. So overall, this car is really nice as well. But let's switch into another car here. Let's sell our long range model and get to the Model S long range model. By the way, all these Teslas that you're seeing right here, they replace the current Teslas, so there are no more like standard little Teslas here. So we're in the 2020 Model S Long Range. Let's see how this car does here. So the startup was pretty nice. Let's do the blinker test real quick. Blinkers are pretty nice. Let's do the headlight test. Fills in the gaps there. Let's horn test. Horn test is pretty good as well. Let's do the blinker test. Blinker test is quite nice. Oh, and I got it stuck there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do the top speed test. So let's get onto the street. And let's just go really quick. No, wait, the speedometer isn't showing. Let's just hop out real quick and let's hop back in. Ooh, come on. Okay, so this car has the speedometer glitch, so that's something you might want to be aware of sometimes. It will just disappear on you sometimes, but the car's acceleration is actually mad quick. 157 is its top speed. Let's do the brake test starting at this blinking light right here. Blinking light, sign to 0. Braking is actually not the best, but it does the job. This car overall to me, right now, it's an alright car. I would prefer the Tesla Model X over it. Taking the first turn, the back end wanted to slip out. Let's take the next turn here. This is going to be a one long video, guys, so you guys have to strap in for the long haul. But this turn right here, it's alright. And let's do one more turn. The turning radius on this car is really wide. Overall, I wouldn't really want to keep this car. I'll probably take the Tesla Model X long range over this. But let's switch cars here and let's get into the Tesla Model S Performance. Now we're getting to the cooler cars here. So design wise, this car's pretty nice. Turning on the headlights, it fills in the gaps there, and turning on it fills in the gaps there. Let's do the blinker test real quick. Pretty nice. Horn test. Let's look around the car just a little bit, just in case you guys wanted to see the design. And yeah, let's continue on and let's do the what's it called? Top speed test. Let's go a little bit further out and then let's take a U-turn. But already this car is showing that it's gonna accelerate probably faster than the Taycan, to be honest. But it is zooming now. This car is already at its top speed of 170. So really quick. Let's do the brake test starting at this line. Braking is amazing. Oh, this car's acceleration, this car's braking, this car's top speed is all really nice. Now I'm going to be popping up the price of the cars, you know, in editing, so I'll just have screenshots of everything. So don't worry about it. I got you guys on the price. But the turn test on this car so far, it's taking these turns perfectly. Like, this car is probably one of the best turning, best accelerating, best braking. Overall, I would rate this car a 10 out of 10. So let's move on to another car now. Sorry if I'm going a little too fast. If you guys want to like see the cars in detail, we can what's it called? Sneak in and just kind of pause the video as I kind of go around the car. This car spawns in as black, so it's quite hard to see. But let's do the blinker test right now. Blinkers, they're all right. Let's do the horn test. Horns all right. Let's do the headlight test here real quick. Okay. Headlights kind of filling those dots there. Headlights kind of filling those gaps around there. But let's do the top speed test for this performance Tesla Model X. We're going to make a U-turn right up here, and we're going to line this car up for its top speed test. So, we're going. Okay, so this car's acceleration for being a big SUV, it's fantastic. It is doing its top speed at 163 miles an hour, so the brake test starting from the signal light. 163 to 0. Quite well done for this car right here. Let's do the next turn here. Really well done. Handled it really nicely. Let's take this next turn. Woo! Okay, this update has a lot of cool cars. This is really good as well. They have a lot of good cars, really well-made cars. Overall, really nice car. This car can handle all these turns and do them all quite perfectly. Overall, the Tesla Model X here is a 9.7 out of 10. That's what I'd give it. But let's do the despawn and sell of that. And now let's get all new cars, and let's start with the i8. So i8, $48,000, my bad. Let's do the e-tron as well, why not? And we've already done the performance and the Taycan S. By the way, here are the prices if you guys want to know, if you didn't see them while I popped them up, if I ever did. And let's get the Volt out. Let's get the Prius Prime. Oh, I already own 4 vehicles. Don't worry about it. Okay, so how do I own 2 i8s? Is that even possible? We're going to sell one of my i8s. Okay, so let's see. What cars do I have right now? I have the 20 i8 and the Volt. Let's get the Prius Prime because I want a Prius. Why not? Who won't like Prius? Okay, I was about to say there's something wrong here, but the i8 now spawning in its blue color. I always thought, if you guys have seen Roman Atwood's prank, I've always like thought of this little part. It's like one of those toilet rolls, like you can just fit through it. That's just me, really odd. But let's get into the car here and listen to the startup. I like that startup. Let's do the blinker test while it's starting up here. Blinkers in the back, pretty cool. Let's do the headlight test here. Fills in the front gaps. In the back, it fills up the 2 little lines. This startup is insanely long. Let's do the horn test now. Horn's a little loud, a little annoying. Now, we don't have the, what's it called? Odometer, so we can't actually see the top speed. There we go. This car has the odometer glitch here. Let's go onto the street now. Let's do the top speed test. So let's just do it this way, I guess, because I'm already going this way. And car's acceleration isn't the quickest. I'm going to say that. It's not very quick. But it's at 158 miles an hour. Let's do the brake test starting now. From that curb. From this curb right here to here. Braking, it's pretty good. Idle sound. I mean, well, driving sound. It's alright. You guys can be the judge of that. But, so far, this car, I mean, it doesn't impress me speed-wise. I mean, I thought, you know, this would have been a sporty car. But I mean, it does manage quite well. Let's do the turn test though. First turn here, handle it quite well. I do like this. I do like the sound. It's kind of nice though. Let's do the next turn. That turn right there, the back end wanted to slip out. The back end does like to slip out on this car, if you guys were wondering. Oop, and there it is. Back end slipped up just a little bit, and let's do one more turn, and let's slide just a little bit into a pole, but that's my fault. But okay, Discord decided to open there. That was the BMW i8. Pretty alright car in my opinion. We're gonna keep that in my inventory since I gotta get some thumbnails, so let's despawn that. Let's get the e-tron, and looking at the e-tron now, I do not like the back end. Okay, the back end not so much a good look. So front end I'd give it an alright. Now, it looks like the front end, I don't know. Something about the front end looks off. But let's get into the car and listen to the startup now. Wait, huh? Did I just put the key in the ignition? Wait, huh? Okay. Simple, very simple startup. Okay, let's do the blinker test here. Blinkers are alright. Now, this car does not have an idle sound. Okay, this car's completely silent. There's nothing, no sound coming out of it. Let's do the headlight test here. Does this thing have tow hooks? What is this? Oh god. I do like this little blue accent when the headlights are on. That is pretty cool. Let's do the rev test now. See if there's any sound in this car. Okay, we're just gonna go hyperdrive. But let's get into the car. I mean, we're already in the car. Let's do the top speed test of the car. So let's just continue going since we're already in this direction. See how fast this car goes. 167 is it, top speed. And let's do the brake testing from the side. 167 to 0. Braking is pretty good, I would say. Now I hit the curb though. Let's go back and do a turn test now. So let's just keep going this way. This car, in its looks, while we're driving back, you guys can kind of admire it just a little bit. It's an alright looking car. Now, do I prefer to drive this car? No. Its looks are alright, but not in my style, not in my taste. I wouldn't be driving this around a lot. But continuing on, let's do the turn test here. Turn test while the sun is coming back up finally. I never get sun in these reviews. This car likes to slip and slide, just like me at the water park. Just keeps going off the edge. But oh my god. Okay, so never put acceleration into this car at all when exiting the turn. Do not. He's just gonna slip you out. So let's just go really slowly, and that turn wants to slip quite a lot. But overall, this car is an alright one. I wouldn't say it's the best by any means, but it's alright. Let's park the car back up where I just decided to make this my car parking spot. But let's sell that. Let's move on to the 2018 Volt now. The price is going to be popped up like always. And a 2018 Volt, interesting design to say the least. Pretty basic car, pretty standard. I would expect this to kind of be in the normal Game Pass. But let's get into the car and listen to the startup. New startup. It's just a modified startup, but I like it. It's Pretty cool, pretty nice. Let's do the blinker test. Blinker test is going alright. Let's do the headlight test. Headlights, fills in the gaps there, fills in the gaps there. Pretty nice. Let's do the, nope, blinkers, nope, horn. Horn's alright. Let's do the rev test now. Alright, they got my vacuum. Pretty good. They got the vacuum sounds in the car. Let's do the top speed test. Now that one's going to take forever because this car doesn't seem like the type of car to go anywhere near a good acceleration rate. It's going like 1 tick a year. But I'm going to flip this car around so when we do take a year, it doesn't take a year to get back. This car's acceleration is trashy. Like I would expect this coming from a normal car, but whatever. It is a standard car. It's pretty cheap as is. 100 miles an hour to top speed. Let's do the brake test. 100 miles an hour to 0. I wouldn't say it's really bad at all. It's only 1 intersection worth of braking. So best braking car in the game. I think I found it. But let's do the turn test now, going only like 2 miles an hour because that's how fast this car goes. And it does not turn. I'm already in a pole. Good. Nice to see. Car does not like turns. Not at all. Doesn't like driving straight or turns. So let's spawn it back in. Hopefully I don't die on my next try around. So this car is already the most deadly car on the planet. Also, best braking car on the planet because this doesn't go anywhere near its top speed. The back end wants to slide out so bad on this car that I'm about to become Ken Block. Ready? Okay, it actually gripped on for once. Now lower speeds because into the car though, unless it's a startup. Startup is just some beeps. Let's do the blink. Oh, actually, I do like those blinkers. I do like the blinkers sound. I do like the blinkers on the mirror though. Let's do the horn. Let's do the headlight test. Headlights are pretty good. We got a modified vacuum engine sound. Okay, that's interesting. Let's do the top speed and the brake and then the turn test, and we'll move on to a new set of cars. So far, we have a few more cars to go, and then that'll be it for that. There's some other things that have been added to the game, like the church has been remodeled a little bit. The office next to the church has been remodeled a little bit, and there's more charging stations around the map. But let's just continue on here and see how it does. So acceleration quite slow as well. You have to buy the game pass for the electric. You have to buy the game pass to get these cars. So I mean, expect them to be a little up to par with the cars in there, but this car not so good. Still accelerating, by the way. We're not even near top speed. Oh, we're actually at top speed, 114. Let's do the brake test. 114 to 0. Okay, second best braking car in the game. Only costs about half an intersection or more. Let's do the turn test when we get back, because this is going to take a long time, but actually we're kind of close. So what we'll do is we're going to take the turn test, and this car not showing really good promising results just like the last car. Hopefully this car can actually turn though. I'm promising it might. Okay, I had to take that one super slow. I turned really late because I thought this car was going to swing it. But next turn, 65 miles an hour, and the back end will slip up more. Let's do the turn test now. Just taking the turn, no engine, nothing. So back end wants to slip out even more. You saw that if you guys noticed the sudden swivel in the car, that was the car trying to turn. Overall, I wouldn't give this car any good of a rating, but it's a Prius, so I got to. Prius, 1,000,000 out of 1,000,000 rating. Pretty good, pretty good. Let's sell the Prius though. Let's move on to the next set of cars, which would be the ID.3, the ID.4, and the E. Now, I think I may be missing a few cars. Let me check over here on my little list here. We got the ID.3, ID.4, the E, the electric line, the Volt, the e-tron, and yeah. So we got one more car, which is in the normal Game Pass. Woo! The electric Game Pass got a the normal Game Pass got a Toyota Sienna. Woo! The car I'm actually having to learn to drive in. Right here. Did I buy two? Oh yeah, okay. You know what, we'll do the Sienna afterwards. Okay, so let's move on to the ID.3 here. Looking at the ID.3, it's a cute little car. I like it. It's a pretty cool car. Let's get into the car though and listen to the startup. Huh? Hello? Car? Okay, very silent startup as well. So a rev test. Make sure the car is on. Pretty good, I guess. Very long vacuum. Wait. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. I do like that. That's a really cool one. Okay, let's do the headlight test. Headlights in the back, pretty cool as well. Let's do the top speed test as well while we do the horn test. Okay, sorry for blaring your ears off. That was a very loud horn. This car accelerates faster than the Prius. Oh, does it? I think it does. Slightly faster than the Prius. That's nice to see. Nice to see. We're at a top speed of 100 and... Wait, not even 100, 98 miles an hour. Brake. Braking is good for only going 99, 98 miles an hour. I'm trying to drink my icy, but it's frozen. Frozen, I say. Now let's do the turn test. Let's do a little bit of modified version of the turn test. Let's go this way. Back end wants to slip out. Let's go take this turn now. Whee! Back end wanted to slip out, but it managed itself. It corrected itself at the end of the turn, so it took the turn quite well. Okay, now we're gonna take this next turn up here on the left. Ooh, there's actually like a little blinker sound that I didn't notice earlier. Yeah, there's like a... If you guys can hear that, I'm assuming you would be. But car overall, I would give it a better rating than the other cars that I just did. Those cars weren't the best. But let's sell the ID.3 and let's move on to the ID.4 because that's logical in the order of operations here. This car a lot larger, also a lot more uglier. I don't know. I don't like the look of this car. Let's get into the car though and listen to the startup. No sound at all. Simple startup. I do like the blinker sound. That's pretty good. I like it. Blinkers in front, pretty nice. Let's do the headlight test. Headlight test is pretty good. So horn test. Rev test, make sure there's actually cars on. Alright, that's nice to see. The car's on. Now let's go do the top speed test. So I'm going to assume this is also going to take a century for the car to actually go up to top speed. But it reaches its top speed of 99 miles an hour as well. So they didn't put a very big engine in this car at all. Braking is quite good, starting from that white line. Only because it's going like 90 miles an hour, but hey, that's just me. Let's do the turn test, the modified version of the turn test, and the second evolution of the top speed test. So taking the first turn there, it handled it well. I did go up on the curb, but it didn't decide to slide after I got up on the curb. So taking the next turn here, it did want to jerk to the right a little bit more than I wanted it to, but it solved itself out. The car in its straight test here, let's see if it gets to remain straight. It can remain quite straight. While driving in a straight line. Let's do the next turn and handled it quite well. Let's take the turn and park it back up where we start. For some reason I just decided to start right here, so there it is. Car is pretty alright. Let's do the sell test now, and let's do the buy test now. Okay, we got the 2021E. The price will be popped up as well. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything about the design of this car. I can't really hate. Also, where are the mirrors? That's a cool startup. So, this car is magical in so many ways. This car is magical in so many ways. The startup is magical. The blinkers are magical. The headlights are magical. What is this? Let's do the horn test. Oh my god! This is the greatest car ever invented. Yes, this is the best car put into the game so far. I like this. I want to keep it. I really do, but I don't know if I wanted to keep it in my inventory. Now, top speed wise and acceleration. It's not the best at acceleration. It's at 90 for its top speed. Okay, interesting. Let's do the brake test starting now. 90 to 0. I expect it to actually brake. Turn test. Let's do that now. Interestingly enough, this car isn't half bad. I mean, it has some really nice features. Really, like the external features of this car, like aside from, you know, acceleration and turning and all that, this car actually has some sort of futuristic tech to it, which is pretty nice. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to take this next turn and we'll be done with this car, and we'll be moving on to the Sienna, which is the last car in the Pembroke Pines update. Now this car takes this turn quite well, and it took the other turns quite well. Now I do like this car for some reason. It's just the weirdest and most oblong car, but hey, it's a car. I like it. It's nice. Now let's do the cell test here. I don't know how much that actually increased my price. I wasn't paying attention. But let's buy the Sienna here, and let's do the last review, which is the 2016 Sienna. Alright, looking pretty nice. I see this car pretty much every day in my driveway, so I can't really do much. Now let's get into the car though and listen to the startup. Alright, it's a van. Blinkers, I like the blinkers on the mirror. Back end, alright. Horn. Alright, headlights. Headlights, alright. Let's do the rev test. It has an engine. Oh, actually, well, that's obvious. This car's engine sound is a little off, but this is kind of what the Sienna sounds like. Doing the top speed test here, let's see how fast it can go. I know my mom's Sienna can go probably 120 at most. Yep, 117. Let's do the brake test starting now from that stop sign right there. Braking is like, it gets slower. The braking just doesn't go as, you know, hard once it goes to lower speeds. Let's do the turn test. Let's make the next left over here by the Starbucks parking lot and see how this car does in the turn test. So taking the first turn, going 90. The car has its grip. It maintains grip. It turns quite well. It has pretty good features and designs to it. Now let's park this car back up. And yeah, that was it for today's video. Now I hope you guys did enjoy today's Pembroke Pines update review and a lot of car reviews in this video. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy today's video, if you did, leave a like, subscribe, comment a little car working, one thing I should do, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.